How do you guys game plan for such a dynamic quarterback that TCU has? It puts a strain on the defensive line and also the defensive secondary because of his ability to run.
It's for me.
Yeah, Coach Womack.
Yeah, I think the guy finished fourth in the Heisman. There's no question he's the key to their offense and what they do, and they've got some very good players surrounding them. So, in breaking them down, watching them, they're very similar. Their passing attack to Texas A&M, although the running attack's a little bit different than what Texas A&M. Then he's more of a dynamic quarterback, and that's in essence, without giving away the game plan, who you have to stop is their quarterback. And give him some different looks.
CJ, what about you?
I think as a D lineman, when you come into a game like this, preparing for a quarterback like that, you have to have real good pocket awareness. We rush the quarterback a lot, and it's kind of hard sometimes with 4 guys and rushing 6 lanes with a good quarterback that likes to scramble. So I think if we just have really good pocket awareness, I think we'll be fine.
Going to a game as a cornerback, it's always a red flag seeing a mobile quarterback. Means might have to cover a little longer, so I try to watch film, a little extra. That's basically what it is. As a cornerback group, we know we might have to cover a little longer.
All right, where are we going next? All right, up here in the front.
Coach Womack, what do you notice about the athleticism of the TCU receivers and the way they go for jump balls and things like that?
Yeah, well, what you just said right there is the first thing that you notice, and I think especially number 9, you said Doxton. He's a guy that's going to go up. I think he's got 8 or 9 touchdowns, but I've seen him go up over receivers. And, they throw the ball deep quite a bit, along with Listenby, throwing those deep balls to those guys. So we've had to work really hard on working on jump balls with each other and getting into the receiver and doing those types of things against the receivers. Got a great receiving crew across the board, I think.
Has that been a strength for you guys on defense, is contesting those kind of balls?
Yeah, I think to me, we play great receivers every week, not to take anything away from TCU, but in our league, we see the best, I think, of everything almost every week, and it's consistent, whether it's, you're playing Texas A&M or Auburn or LSU, those types of people, but the big, long receiver is becoming more and more dominant in college football, and they've got a couple of them, and they do it extremely well.
Where are we going next, guys? All right, back here on the left.
Coach Womack, who would you compare TCU to in the SEC that you played this year?
Probably most closely because of all the spread formations. In other words, the empty backfield sets. We did a large breakdown on them and a lot of empty sets. And obviously, 10 personnel, 1 back, and 4 wide receivers is their dominant personnel. So, without question, most closely to Texas A&M, but not exactly the same.
All right, next question. Raise your hand, we'll get you a mic. Here in the middle.
Coach, every year you get these extra practices before the bowl game, and invariably a player will step up, maybe that you haven't seen as much all year, or you get some players that you're really looking forward to 2015, seeing what they're doing during these bowl week practices. Is there anybody that you've seen, or any unit of players on your defense that you say, wow, I'm really excited about seeing them, not only in the particularly Peach Bowl, but also in 2015?
Yeah, the 2 that come to mind to me, and we were fortunate to redshirt some defensive linemen. We got some upper-class defensive linemen that are leaving. But I would have to say Victor Evans and Brendan Speaks would be the 2 young guys that I notice the most. In the back end, a lot of our young guys, we're not in a position yet where we can redshirt them, so the C.J. Hamptons and the Moore boys and I'm trying to say it simply. Kendarius Webster, excuse me. There's my age again. Kendarius Webster really showed out too for us throughout the year.